Good evening and welcome to the channel. In the last vlog I was using a very different bag to what I started 2025 on. So today this is my what's in the bag. I'm Lester Bernie Barnes, this is my YouTube channel and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This is actually my third what's in the bag of 2025. I know I like doing what's in the bags, but this actual change or this set I'm putting together, I need to at the moment play with these just because they're going to help me out. I've got a little bit of issues with my right wrist, got some arthritis in them, didn't play for 5 weeks, and when I've come back I wanted sort of a set of golf clubs that I'd be able to game and play that would get me through this sort of difficult period. In the last vlog I had a few people sort of message me privately to ask me what sort of clubs and what was going on in this bag, and some sort of eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that there's quite a lot of changes. Well, this is a completely new set of clubs that I've used in the past with a few modifications and a few changes to some of those particular clubs. And there's also a brand new club in the bag as well. If we start with sort of the scoring area and we start with the most lofted wedge, which is a ping, 60 degree, tour W, 8 degrees of bounce, so slightly less than what I normally use. And this wedge is probably 10 to 12 years old. It's in a slightly, I guess, copper looking finish the head is. I don't know whether that's just sort of wear and tear. It's also orange spots, so it's slightly flat. Generally I like to have my wedges with a slightly flatter lie angle to sort of eliminate the long left miss, which is sort of so destructive on a golf course. I've reshafted it with a graphite shaft. That's 80 grams, just one of the iron shafts I had lying around, just to make it and feel slightly lighter than when it's got the steel in there. Grip wise, on all my wedges I've put in a Golf Pride Tour wrap in the jumbo, and then I've added 3 extra layers to really thicken it up so that it matches in with the thickness of my grip in my main set of irons. My next 2 specialist wedges are a 50-54. They're in the sub 70 Tommy Armour III design head. It's a head that Sub 70 sent me probably 2 years ago. I did experiment with them, but I did find my Vokey wedges slightly better feel, got slightly more distance out of them, and I just preferred the Vokey wedges, to be honest. However, I've put the 54 and 50 back in my bag. Again, I've reshafted them with some graphite iron shafts, just again lighten them up. So it's got quite a nice bit of sort of personalisation on the wedges. I'm forever blowing bubbles on the 54. Which is obviously in reference to West Ham, and then we've got Bernie in loads of different fonts. I mean, they don't say what bounce they've got on them, so I'm guessing it's more or less a sort of standard bounce, probably again, I'd say probably 8 degrees, maybe 6 degrees. I don't think it's any more than that. It's a completely tour milled head, it's forged as well, and I've also flattened them by 2 degrees. Again, like my 60, just to eliminate that long left miss. And I've got the same jumbo tour wrap grips. They're the only sort of jumbo grips I had in stock, and I wanted to get this set ready quickly. So I just whacked them on. Don't necessarily like the feel that much. It's okay. It's mainly for the size of the grip to try and marry in with my irons and my other clubs. Into the irons, and this is an old head that I've previously used. It's the Tommy Armour III iron. I love the shape of the head. I like the fact it's got a dark finish, which has always been my preferred finish on an iron. It makes the club look slightly smaller. So when you're getting a slightly bigger head, being black and being quite rounded, it makes it almost look and appear like a blade, but still have the forgiveness of a cavity back iron. Very minimal offset as well, and the leading edge or the top line is quite thin, which is exactly what I like. Shaft wise, we put in a KBS Tour graphite iron in 80 grams in the stiff. This particular shaft is made to feel and play like a steel shaft. It's going to be obviously lighter than what I normally use in my actual steel shafted clubs, which I like. And we fitted the Jumbo Max Bryson inspired famous grips in the extra small size. I took these grips off a set of Harry's golf clubs, pulled them a couple of years ago, and I've just popped them on these irons just to try them out before I totally commit to buying them, because they're quite an expensive grip. Standard length in the actual shaft as well. No extra layers under the grip, they're already thick enough as they are. and that set goes from 6-iron to pitching wedge. I've done that because I felt that I would struggle to actually hit the 5 and the 4-iron at the moment because of my swing speed being slower than I'd normally hope it would be. So at the moment I've taken out the longer irons in the set and just gone 6 to pitching wedge. Couldn't have a set of golf clubs without a 2-iron in there. Long-term viewers will know my Ping Zing 2-iron in my actual set is my favourite club. It's 25 to 30 years old and I absolutely love it. So I had to find a 2-iron for this particular set that I could run to if I wasn't hitting the woods well, or I wasn't hitting the driver well, and almost like my fairway finder. And the club that I put in the bag is a club that's made by 11. I have done a previous video where I explained all about this particular club and I did a review of the golf club. It's basically designed by Nick, who's the main fitter, the main club designer at 11 Golf. And the bit I like about it is the fact, although it's got a lot going on, it's got quite a deep head, it's got a wide sole on the bottom, it's quite nice and rounded. It's got absolutely no offset whatsoever, so it's designed to look like a tour golf club. It's called a Tortoise. I don't know if you get that or not. It's very clean. I just love the look of it. It's got the same shaft in this as my irons. It's got an 85. It's an 85, so it's 5 grams heavier, but it's the KBS Tour Hybrid shaft that's gone in there. And then we've also got a Jumbo Max grip on there. To go alongside that, we've got a little 7-wood. This is PXG. It's the Generation 5 7-wood. What I've done with it, it's got 21 degrees on the actual head, but we've lofted it up to 22.5. That's sort of the maximum loft you could put on it. It's quite a small head, which does give me a little bit of cause for concern. It sort of matches in with my driver as well. I've got the same Generation 5 driver in this bag, so it's a similar look, obviously smaller, sort of massive head. What I've done with it is I've taken some length off it. I wanted it to go sort of more like an 8 or 9 wood, and to go in between this, so between my 6-iron, and sort of fill the gap between my strong 5 wood. So taking a little bit of length off will make it slightly easier to hit because we'll be slightly closer to the head. It'll also take a fraction of weight off and fractionally stiffen up the shaft. This is just their sort of bog standard stock shaft that it comes with, 70 grams diameter. In the stiff, it's a Mitsubishi shaft in black, nothing special about it at all. It's a shaft I have used in my driver previously. It's a shaft I do like. It was just completely bought from online, you know, not really matching the shafting. I've got lots of shafted stuff. If I didn't like it, I could always change it, but got on quite well with it. But that's going to go in my bag sort of to replace sort of my 4-iron, my 5-iron, and maybe a 3-iron. So that's the PXG 7-wood, which has been massively modified. We talked about an absolute new club going into the bag, and this is the G440 by Ping. 5-wood, but although it's got 19 degrees on the head, I've actually lofted it down to 17.5, so it's like a strong 5-wood. It's in the max head as well. Absolutely love the previous model which I use, which is probably my favourite club in the bag. So I needed a 5-wood. I didn't want to change any of my existing clubs and modify and alter them to make this set. I wanted a completely different set. So when I spoke to Dan and was like, have you got an old 5-wood that I could have? And he gave me this one. So very lucky. It's a beautiful looking golf club. I like everything about it. I love Ping woods. I might change to a Ping driver at some stage. I'm sort of toying with that idea at the moment. It's got a 70 gram stiff shaft. I don't know much about this shaft. Denially, I think it's just a stock shaft as far as I know. It's one that's a Project X shaft, just seen on the label. It's one that would have been sent to Dan for Dan to do some testing on, and he's lent it to me. So it was only on loan, but absolutely love it. I've changed the grip again. Ultralight Jumbo Max, extra small grip on there, which is still massive. And so far, again, this is probably my favourite club in the bag. Do need to change that head cover though, because that is just a bog standard head cover, and head cover game is really important. Driver wise, same head cover. Generation 5 head. PXG driver. This is the driver I had before the Black Ops that I'm using in my normal set. This is the driver head I really like the look of. The reason I liked it, it looked very similar to my Cobra F8 with the sort of two different colours, the sort of carbon crown on the top and then the black face. So I love the look of it. I only changed it because PXG gave me the Black Ops driver when I went up for a fitting, but I actually really preferred this head, if I'm honest. So what I've done is I wanted to sort of increase the spin, keep the ball in the air longer and make a more forgiving driver, particularly as, like I said earlier, my swing speed has decreased. So what I've done is I've put a Tour AD graphite design in a stiff, but what makes this different is the UB version. It's a high launching shaft, it's the full length as well. Generally I've always had a shaft in my driver sort of 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch shorter than standard, but I've decided to keep the full length to try and increase the distance and sort of counteract the fact that we've got a slower swing speed. Again, we've got a Jumbo Max grip on there. It's set at 10.5 degrees. The weight is all standard, so nothing changed about that. It's a really nice looking driver, and early sort of impressions, I've been hitting it quite well and it doesn't go left. Generally, I do have that horrible low left snap hook, and I don't know whether it's the stiffness of the shaft or the extra spin that's keeping the ball in the air longer. Although I might have lost sort of 5, 6, 7 yards on my Black Ops driver, I haven't done any numbers yet to actually figure that out, but it goes very, very straight, and I've sort of eliminated the left miss, which if you can only have a one-way miss, it certainly helps. If you know it's going to miss right, then that's fine. You can aim down the left side, knowing it's not going to go left. But that's the driver at the moment. Before I put it away, I'm just going to say that I am going to hit this driver more often this winter and try and get some confidence with the driver. Loads of people have said to me, golf pros are a friend, you need to hit your driver more, get your confidence up. I tend to, when I play, hit 1 or 2 bad shots with this, and then it stays in the bag. And it can sometimes stay in the bag for 2 or 3 rounds when I'm feeling like I'm not swinging it well. But this winter, I'm really going to try and get that confidence up. I'm going to hit this more often. I'm going to play less competitive golf. So I'm going to take the pressure off this particular club and try and pull it out and hit it more often to try and get that sort of confidence to hit it more in the summer. Because I don't need to show you what putter really I'm using. It's the Bryson inspired arm lock putter that you've seen lots of times, pink shaft. If you haven't seen it, check out the last What's in the Bag. Not going to bother mentioning gloves, rangefinders, etc. I'm still sort of experimenting with golf balls and I've got a few more to test. Although I do want to show you what has just turned up, and I have got some new ball markers. Similar to the last ones, the poker chip, but we've got a reversible side now, so that's more my colours on there as well. So a new ball marker in the bag as well, and I will be dropping a few of them around numerous golf courses that I play in the upcoming months, so hopefully you can find one of them. That's just a very quick sort of what's in the bag. I've still got space for another club in there. That might change a little bit, I might move a few things out. If I get a bit more confidence in the swing, I might sort of put in the 4 and 5 iron of that set and remove the 2 iron, or remove the sort of Frankenstein 7wood, not too sure. But that's just a quick what's in the bag. As always, thanks for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button, like this video and comment below.